You've recorded a song, you have the beat, you have all the verses, you have everything, and then you start mixing and you spend days and weeks figuring out the mix. I've made many songs that way, but there's actually one technique that you can apply that will eliminate all that. This is the holy grail mixing technique in my opinion, and there's actually a year zero. There's the era before I knew this technique and there's the era after. And in this video, I'll break down this technique, so stay tuned. This big gigantic secret is actually called bussing or grouping. What you would initially do with a song when you've done recording it is that you will have all your tracks, the kick, the snare, the vocal, the lead vocal, the backing vocal, everything will go into the stereo output. That's the source of a lot of overwhelm. So instead, categorize each track, the kick, the snare, and so on, into groups or buses. So there's a difference between groups and buses. I won't go in on that now, but let's just say bussing. I will bus all the drum-related tracks into one channel. I will bus everything bass into one channel. I will bus everything samples like loops and hits and stabs and everything into one channel, and vocals into one channel, and then I have 4. In all my sessions, I have 4 channels. If it's only an instrumental, I only have 3. You can dig yourself even deeper by grouping, for example, all the snares and grouping all the kicks and maybe grouping the kicks and the bass, and you can find out what suits you the most, but it gets a lot less overwhelming once you group everything together. Then you can mix the groups. For example, you have the drums, and then you can do a basic mix of the drums, the relation between the hi-hat and the kick and the snare, get those volumes up and running with the panning and everything. And then you do the same thing with the bass. If you have more than one bass line, maybe you have a sub bass and then you have a more texturized bass, then you can start blending the bass and the drums together. And then you do the same thing with the instrument channel. You first mix all the loops together as a one whole, and then you start mixing the drums and the instruments. This gives you so much more overview, so much clear sight, so much less overwhelm. Mixing a whole song shouldn't take more than 4 to 6 hours at the most, instead of 20 hours, 20 days. This one technique saved my life as a mix engineer, at least. So there's the time before I knew about this and there's the time after. And I think I appreciate very much the time after learning this technique. Maybe you knew about this before, but if you didn't, go ahead and apply this straight away. Here's how you do it. Like, very simple. This is Logic I'm using, but the principle remains. It's more or less the same in Pro Tools, Cubase, Ableton, and so on. And let me know, have you tried this before? Have you tried bussing and rooting? Is it complicated, you think, or does it make your life easier? Let me know in the comments. And I got a download for you. It's what I call the ultimate mixing guide for producers. The link is in the description, where I give you my 10-step workflow when mixing and 15 cheat codes to a better mix. Before you go, I would like to invite you to watch any of these 2 videos. This one is about mastering. I really recommend it. It digs really deep into what you need to do after you're done mixing. And this other video is about how not to overcook your mix. I really recommend that video. It gives you some insight into how to mix doing subtle moves. I hope I see you in one of those videos. Peace!